You know, it's been a bit since we've done a news episode for LFF, and that's what we're doing today. Hey there, and welcome to Large Format Friday. I'm your host, Matt Marrash. If this is the first time you're stopping by the channel, there's a playlist of the fourth season that we're currently working on. If you haven't subscribed yet, Fridays are the place where we're going to be here and talking about something large format. I've got some updates, some large format news, and just kind of a mishmash of stuff that didn't qualify for its own episode. Starting off with, where the heck is the content from Joshua Tree? I had a fantastic time at the end of last month in Joshua Tree, California with the TDR Film Roundup sponsored by the Darkroom and Beers and Cameras, and I really want to show you the content from that. But first, I gotta figure out what the heck is going on with my scanning setup. No matter what way I try it, with ANR glass, without ANR glass, emulsion side up, emulsion side down, I still can't seem to get my Portra 160 scans to look the way I want them without being riddled with Newton rings. I know what I'm about to ask here, but if you have any tips on working with 8x10 sheet film scanning on a flatbed scanner like a V700, 750, 800, 850, let me know down below in the comments. I really appreciate it. From time to time, really cool stuff makes its way to the LFF mailbox. And this time around, there were two black and white prints waiting for me. This first handmade black and white print is an Ilford postcard, 5x7 inch, and the picture is the front of Godric's drugstore. Thank you so much, Bob, for sending this in. I love seeing handmade prints. Yes, this technically was made with 35mm, but I don't care. I love seeing handmade prints. I have quite the collection of LFF member-submitted stuff. It's pretty cool. We could maybe do a gallery show with this. Next up, we've got another black and white print. This time, this 4x5 black and white contact print was made by Cooper, and what makes it special is this is Cooper's very first attempt at 4x5 contact printing. He got the inspiration from watching my video back in season 2 of LFF of doing bare bulb contact printing. If you want to learn more, you can check out the video up there. But he made that contact print with nothing more than styrofoam, some of these little clips here, some polycarbonate, and a nightlight. And he also sent in a typewritten letter. Doesn't get better than that. So thank you guys so much for sending those in. If you'd like to see your mail read on the air or send in something to be given away on the channel, you can send that to P.O. Box 44684, Columbus, Ohio 43204, USA. So I'm not sure how large format this next news piece is, but a few weeks ago I had a chance to take out some Kodak Gold 200, now available in 120. Tim over at Kodak sent me a couple of rolls. I took one, I gave one to my buddy Tariq, and we really put those few frames we had through their paces. Midwest Photo was kind enough to let me borrow one of their Fujifilm G617 cameras, and Tariq did what he does in the studio. RZ67, 110-2.8, amazing lighting, just knocked it way out of the park. Overall, I love the look of Kodak Gold. The G617 is technically medium format, but it's got a large format style lens on there, and the only thing it was missing was a little bit of rise. I love the way it looked. If you want to check out the full-length video and my write-up on Kodak Gold 200, I'm going to drop a link in the description below and a little card to send you over to Midwest Photo's video. Show them some love. It was filmed by yours truly in the LFF style that you know. And what do you think? Would you like to see some medium format Mondays here on the channel? Let me know down below. I also, behind the scenes, was working again with the LomoGraflok Instant Film Back, and oh my gosh, I still love this thing so much. I'm not much of a gear reviewer, but I love the results I'm getting with this Fujifilm Instax Wide on 4x5. Is it technically large format? No, the sheets are instant, they're a little bit smaller, but the experience is 100% what I want out of a large format camera, and the Fujifilm Instax has that fantastic Fujifilm color, so if you miss peel apart but don't want to pay way too much money on a gamble, check out the Lomo Instant Graflok back. Remember, to use that, you're going to need something that has what's known as the Graflok or the universal back. To access that and check, you want to look for these little clips. Those little clips above and below the ground glass, also known as a universal back, will indicate whether your camera can accept the LomoGraflok back. And as a few folks pointed out in the comments of my instant film video where I introduced the LomoGraflok back, you can technically cram it into the back of a Wista 4x5 or a Tachihara 4x5. It's not recommended because that thing is a chunker. Make sure you have a very sturdy tripod head if you're going to attempt that, and I don't want to be responsible if you break the back of your camera, so use at your own risk. I'm also going to put up some more of my favorite scans from the LomoGraflok back. I've been carrying it around everywhere with me, behind the scenes at FPP, behind the scenes at Tariq's studio. It's just my new favorite go-to. And at 75 cents a shot, you really can't go wrong with that Fujifilm Instax Wide. Speaking of things that I've already overviewed and I don't need to do a full review of, the Reveni Labs Spotmeter. This is the pre-production model that Reveni Labs sent me while the Kickstarter was going, and I also have a full production model. I love it. It works exactly the way it should, and I was also pleased to find out that a few weeks back, Reveni Labs also released a firmware update. That firmware update solved this weird glitch that was occurring in some meters, including my own, where if I was aimed at a very bright light source, the meter would lock up in like a measurement mode, and the firmware update was really easy. He's got step-by-step directions on the website on how to do it, and it solved all the potential issues I was having with the Reveni Labs meter. You may notice the bottom of my Reveni Labs meter is a little bit thicker than some of the others out there. That's because I'm also playing around with the brand new AAA battery holder. This replaces the two LR44 batteries that ship standard with the Reveni Labs meter, giving you a lot more capacity and a lot more versatility in terms of temperature control with the Reveni Labs meter. So far, it's great, takes AAAs, and I plan on not changing batteries out very often like I did with my Sekonic meter. So great job, Reveni Labs, and thanks for keeping up to date on all of this stuff. Many Kickstarter programs do not go near as far as they have, so keep supporting small initiatives like this. Couple last things before we head out. On my website, if you go to Marrash.com, I now have live on there one-on-ones. So one-on-ones were something of a specialty that I used to do on behalf of Midwest Photo, and now it's something that I'm offering privately. If you would like some consultation time one-on-one virtually or in person, you can head to Marrash.com/one-on-ones. I'll put a link in the description below where you can book an online session. You'll view my upcoming calendar, we find something that works for us, and then we get right to it. Thanks for everybody that recommended me adding this feature to the website. So far the response has been great, but I just want to let everybody out there know you don't have to be an LFF sustaining member. You don't even have to be subscribed to the channel, but if you want to learn more about a specific thing and really hit the ground running, one-on-ones are a great way to do it. And finally, before we head out, this upcoming weekend, Sunday, April 24th, we have Worldwide Pinhole Photography Day. So dust off those old box cameras. If you don't have a pinhole camera, you can probably get there with some rubber bands, a large format holder, and something that keeps the light out, save a little bitty pinhole. I'm going to take this big box out. If you want to see some stuff I've already made with the Bob Gratian special 8x10 camera, you can head over to season 1 of LFF where I took that out, and I'll put a link in the description below. As always, if you have any questions about the large format photographic process, you can feel free to drop those down below in the comments. And for the long form questions, hit me up, largeformatquestions@gmail.com. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll catch you next week for more LFF.